Welcome to another one of my trip reports. Today I'll be flying with Air Caledonie on an TY401 to the Isle of Pines and back. Today's trip report begins at the Gondwana Hotel in my penthouse room in Nouméa. With a population of roughly 100,000 people spread across 45 squared kilometers, Nouméa is by far the largest and most populous city in the French overseas territory of New Caledonia. Around 2 weeks ago, I decided that whilst I was here in Nouméa, I may as well fly on board a domestic flight, as not only was I curious, but I had seen small yellow turboprop aircraft fly around the city when I last visited 3 years ago. I did some research and discovered Air Caledonie, which operates flights all over the country. This morning I shall be flying to the Isle of Pines, which is an island around 110 kilometers southeast of Nouméa. Having woken up nice and early, I made my way to Magenta Airport by taxi, and despite its name, the airport doesn't have bright reddish-purple buildings. It is named, however, for the suburb the airport is in, similar to how Melbourne's Tullamarine Airport is named. Being the only airline that operates out of this airport, the check-in counters were very easy to find. The queue was very short this morning, as the check-in agents were working hard to get everyone on their way. As I was travelling with basically everything I brought from Australia, I kindly asked if I was allowed to take all my personal belongings as carry-on rather than check-in, due to what was ahead of me. Keep in mind, if you ever fly with this airline, your carry-on bags may not weigh more than 5 kilograms each, so make sure you don't pack too much. Once checked in and past security, which were both equally easy, I proceeded into the tiny waiting area with plenty of seating. However, there was only a small barista with a few pastries available and a small bathroom. Soon the boarding call was made, but it was made in French, and so I basically waited for everyone to stand up and start forming a queue. I eventually had my boarding pass scanned and I proceeded outside to my aircraft for today, which is an ATR-72-600, registered as Foxtrot Oscar Zulu Lima India, sporting this awesome and detailed yellow livery. It was built and delivered to Air Caledonie in 2016, making this aircraft nearly 7 years old. Surprisingly, there is no seat selection available at all on Air Caledonie, not even at check-in. Basically, it's first come, first serve when it comes to your seat. Air Caledonie's ATR-72s are in an all-economy class layout with 70 seats in a 2-2 layout. As I boarded the aircraft, I was told to head as far forward as possible, therefore I chose seat 4 Alpha for this leg. The seat has 30 inches of pitch and 18 inches of width. There is a standard tray table that folds down and extends. There is a safety card, magazine and air sickness bag in the seat pocket. Above is a broken reading light, air vent and flight attendant call button. Once the door was closed, the safety briefing commenced and the engines fired up for our flight east, 4 minutes ahead of schedule.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board. To facilitate the boarding, please move to the... Ladies and gentlemen, for your safety and comfort, please pay attention to the following safety instructions.
Nous vous rappelons que le nom des places de votre hôtel. Veuillez regarder attentivement les démonstrations de son utilisation.
A life jacket is located under your seat. Please watch carefully how to use it.
We taxied to runway 17 via Whiskey 1 and runway 35. Now please enjoy this unedited takeoff footage. After takeoff, we turned left, setting course for the Isle of Pines.
Flight as non-smoking. Thank you for your attention.
Flight time for the first leg is 18 minutes, covering a distance of 69 miles or 111 kilometers, cruising at 7,000 feet. Once we were in the air, we flew by the coastal city of Mont d'Orsay, as well as a mine and refinery station. Between the Isle of Pines and Nouméa are a large reef system with scattered islands, including this particular one called Nusogoro.
For your attention.
Soon we commenced our descent into the Isle of Pines. Continuing on, the islands slowly came into view as we descended further.
Cabine d'atterrissage.
Now please enjoy this unedited landing footage. After landing, we taxied back to the terminal via runway 28 and Yankee. We pulled into stand 2 9 minutes ahead of our scheduled arrival time. As I stepped off the aircraft and onto the island, I couldn't help but gaze at all the beautiful pine trees surrounding the airport. I kinda made the dumb decision by spending 0 time here on the island, instead focusing on the flight aspect. So I made my way back inside the terminal to the opposite side, where the 2 check-in desks were waiting. Once I was checked back in, I was promptly sent to security, which, funnily enough, there wasn't any. Soon enough, the boarding call was made in English, in the form of someone yelling over the building. Just like before, I made my way out to the same ATR-72 as before. Interestingly, did you know that the ATR series aircraft are built in Toulouse, France? So technically, this aircraft is currently flying a domestic route in France, despite being on the other side of the planet. It's crazy, isn't it? Another interesting fact is that the Isle of Pines community is the furthest French settlement from Paris at 17,000 kilometers away. I was greeted by the same crew who gave this adorable reaction when I boarded the aircraft.
Familiar face.
This time I decided to hang back and take a seat in row 14 behind the wings. Once I took the seat, the engine started 7 minutes early, and the safety briefing commenced, which conveniently is also in English.
Please pay attention to the following safety instructions.
Nous vous rappelons que le non-respect de ces dernières peut compromettre votre sécurité ainsi que celle des autres passagers. Merci de prendre quelques instants afin de localiser l'issue de secours la plus proche de votre siège.
In case of evacuation, you will have to enter the emergency car seat. No vehicles, only when instructed to do so by the crew.
Lors des phases de décollage et d'atterrissage, tous les bagages en cabine doivent être rangés sous le siège situé devant vous contre les coffres bagages. En cas d'évacuation, les bagages seront laissés.
We taxied to runway 10 via Yankee and runway 28.
Placed under the seat in front of you.
Now please enjoy this unedited takeoff footage. After takeoff, we turned about, heading back towards Nouméa. Flight time for the final leg today is 22 minutes, covering a distance of 86 miles or 138 kilometers, cruising at 8,000 feet. Once airborne, I got my first glimpse of the shipping port here on the island, which is next door to Kuto village. And later, I got to see a much closer look at the new Caledonian barrier reef, including Ilo Duana. On board the aircraft is a single bathroom located at the rear, and has everything you'd expect to find, including running water. My opinion is that the bathroom is unnecessary, as the flight time is only 20 minutes each way. Soon we began our descent into Nouméa. As we approached the city, I got a spectacular view of the suburbs and city itself, which was really beautiful. Now please enjoy this unedited landing footage. After landing, we taxied back to the terminal via Whiskey 3 and Whiskey to Gate 1. Stepping off the aircraft and saying goodbye to the amazingly friendly crew, I was reflecting on the whole Air Caledonia experience. The aircraft is well designed for this type of small island hopping flight, The cabin and lightweight seats are still comfortable enough for the short 30-minute flights Air Caledonie operate. If you find yourself a window seat like I did, the entertainment is incredible. But all these good points are balanced by the lack of a catering service on board. Nothing is served or sold on board. I know that the flights are a little bit short, but maybe perhaps a bottle of water could have been given, because of the high price of the flight. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like, comment and subscribe. Make sure to check out my other videos, and don't forget to push that notification bell if you enjoy my content. And I hope to see you again in the next one. See you later!